Hello everybody and welcome. So today I'm going to be talking about what I want for the location of the Elder Scrolls 6 because I'm a huge fan of the Elder Scrolls series. It's like one of my it's my favorite game series of all time, and it's way ahead of Fallout series, and trust me, I love Fallout to death. But Elder Scrolls, it's just my favorite game series of all time. So this is going to be the locations video. I'm going to do them in segments for what I want: combat, location, story, and all that. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video and have a nice day. Okay, so let's start out with a very important one, and that is location. Okay, so in Tamriel, we've discovered all of Skyrim, all of Cyrodiil, and not all of Morrowind, actually. We've only discovered Vvardenfell and Mournhold in Mournhold's Tribunal DLC. I mean, in Morrowind's Tribunal DLC, sorry. And we've also discovered Solstheim in Skyrim's Dragonborn DLC. Now, we have discovered parts of Hammerfell and Highrock in Daggerfall, but we're also keeping Arena out of this because that game's just too old to really see what these places look like in depth. So, some places we have not fully explored in the past Elder Scrolls games are Highrock, Hammerfell, Summerset Isles, Valenwood, Elsewhere, and Black Marsh. Along with Morrowind, we have not fully explored Morrowind yet. So, I hope it's not in Morrowind because I feel like Morrowind's too recent, even though it did come out over 10 years ago. Morrowind is too recent, and I don't think we need another game taking place in Morrowind just yet. So, I'm going to get in more depth about these areas in just a second. Okay, so let's talk about Black Marsh first. So, Black Marsh is the home to the Argonians, and has many cities. So, first we've got Stormhold, Thorn, Gideon, Hellstrom, Archon, Black Rose, Lilmoth, and Soulrest. So, Black Marsh is a very swampy area, which is kind of obvious. Number one, it's home to a lizard race, and number two, it's right below Morrowind. But this area is really cool, and I think it would be cool to see it, but this is personally not the one I want to see just yet. So, I think Argonian culture could be really cool, especially since we've never seen a beast race as the main race in an Elder Scrolls game yet. But I just don't really want a Black Marsh game as the next one. So let's get on to the next one. Okay, so now we have Hammerfell, which we've already discovered a bit of Hammerfell, and that was in Daggerfall, and that was a really long time ago. But some of the areas that we have are Sentinel, Hegathe, I don't know how to pronounce that one, but Ghislaine, Tanith, Rihad, Elenhir, Dragonstar, and Skaven. So those are some of the places that are in Hammerfell, and Hammerfell is the home to the Redguards, and I think Redguards are pretty cool races. We didn't see too much of the Redguard culture in Skyrim, sadly, but I think Redguards are a race that really does need attention, but still, this is not the one I personally want for the next Elder Scrolls game. Okay, so the next is Summerset Isle, and Summerset Isle is the home to the High Elves, and this one's actually really cool. I feel like Summerset Isle will be the most different. This is another one we haven't even explored one bit, and I think it would be really cool to see what this province has. And it's just such a cool place, and I feel like it'll just hold a ton of secrets, and I think it'll be the coolest story out of all of them. So it's still not the one I want personally, though. Okay, so now on to Morrowind. We've already explored a bit of this in the Tribunal DLC, Mournhold, and then we explored Vvardenfell in the game Morrowind. But we haven't explored anything outside of those. But we have explored Solstheim in Skyrim's DLC, but still, we haven't explored any of that, and I really want to see some other things besides Vvardenfell. But I feel like it's just not time for another Morrowind game. So, right on to the next one. Okay, so this one is the one I kind of want least, and that is Highrock, because I just feel like no one likes Bretons. I don't know, it's just a race I've never been too fond of, and I've never really heard of anyone who really likes that race. So, Bretons are the people who inhabit Highrock, and Highrock's a pretty cool place, I guess, but it's just not what I want. Highrock, just, if it is the next one, just look how tiny it is compared to all the others, and just, I don't feel like it would be a great place for the next Elder Scrolls game to take place. Okay, so this next one I also think can have a really, really cool story, and that is Elsewhere. And Elsewhere is such a cool province. It has so much cool stuff, and it's a jungle with Khajiits, and I just really, really want Elsewhere. But this one and the next one that I'm going to show are like tied for my number one pick for what I want in the next Elder Scrolls game. And Elsewhere, the Khajiits, I really feel like do have a large fan base, unlike the Bretons. A lot of people do play as Khajiits, and they're really just a cool race, and we heard a lot about them in Skyrim. So, I feel like Elsewhere is a possibility, and I do want it. Okay, so Valenwood I do want just a tiny bit more than Elsewhere, because it's home to my favorite race in the Elder Scrolls, and that is the Wood Elves. I just love the archery combat that they're good at, and I really like the Wood Elves, and Valenwood sounds like a really cool place. They have a lot of weird customs from watching some lore videos and reading some lore about the game too, and hearing about them. They do have some really, really weird things in their culture, and that might be really cool. So, yeah.